Firewood. That's all maple. Um, Early this summer, a friend gave me a maple tree. We brought it home and we cut the thing up and had my grandsons, a couple grandsons came over and helped us split it all and stack it all in there. They had that thing done no time flat. But I had a few pieces over here that I hadn't split yet. And it was hot and humid, and we decided that we'd let these sit and wait till it got cooler. Well, now it's getting cooler. So I'm going to have to split these things up into smaller pieces, and then I can put them in my log splitter. I have a very small electric log splitter. You probably saw it when you watched the garage shop video. It's electric, and I run the cord out here and set it up. But I have to break these down a little bit. So I'll do that by hand. I get them small enough where I can fit them in the splitter, and I'll break it down into smaller pieces like what you saw in the shed. And then I got this monstrosity. There's actually a hanger, plant hanger, grown into the tree, so I'm not sure how I'm going to get that out, but I hate to lose the wood just because of the hanger. And there's a few pieces of poplar over there. Those will be cut up into short pieces and then not burnt in the stove per se. We'll actually split them down to real small pieces for kindling, but that won't be burnt this winter. It'll just be cut and stored inside to make sure it's real dry. And then next spring, when I'm looking for something to do, I can break those up. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to see what I can do today, get some work done. I'm using my chopper one. We're going to split these pieces up into smaller ones that I can feed through the log splitter. It doesn't have a lot of power, so I break them down. It's easier to lift. We'll see. Well, okay, I split this up. It took me about 15-20 minutes, and went back to shut the camera off and realized that the camera had stopped filming. So regretfully, I didn't get this. I can't glue them back together again. I'm certainly unwilling to do so. So I guess we move on from here. I'm set up here with a splitter. Got my hatchet, my wagon for the small stuff. I'll keep these handy just in case. I did use this on a couple of pieces, but most of them had knots. So this doesn't work well on wood that isn't straight grain. I mean, it works, but you're better off using a wedge and a sledgehammer. And that's exactly what I did. And I just pounded those things out. While they've been sitting here all summer, I had them up on rocks to keep the groundwater from soaking into them, and that worked out pretty well for me. So I got my camera going again, and we're going to take another shot at this. I've got this stuff cleaned up here. It's all split. This all has to be stacked in that shed, and what doesn't fit there will go over there to the right. I have some pieces here that I know are a little bit too long. I'm going to cut those in half with a chop saw. So I'll have that set up shortly. This is the maple trunk from the tree I took down in a previous video without the chainsaw. I'm going to cut this up now into firewood. This is a branch off a black walnut tree. I didn't really want to throw it away. It'll burn good. So. Okay, I'm going to split those 5 pieces of maple. They'll dry a little better if I do. Okay, that's it. I got it all split. Now I got to stack it. But first I think I'm going to take a break, have lunch. I got to run a few errands, and then I'll come back here and get it all in the shed and in a pile. And that'll be it. Okay, we got this area cleaned up. I didn't break up this chopping block yet. I put it back up on bricks. I think I have a cherry tree coming. I'll know in a couple weeks. I got it out front. It looks like it needs to be cut down. Now I got to hire someone to do it. And I didn't cut up this poplar. That's going to be saved for kindling wood, which I'll work up in the spring. So I'll probably cut that into pieces in the maybe late fall or early winter, actually in the garage, and I'll store it in there. So I got my woodshed full. This, I won't burn this winter. I'll burn it the winter after. So it'll sit there for at least a year and dry. This is the excess that I didn't have room for in the shed. And this shed is what's going to be burned in the next few months. So if I run short, which I probably will, because there's some space up there, if I run short on this in the early spring, I'll draw from that there. That's why I have the excess. So I think that's it for this project, thank God. Now we move on.